What's up guys, Billy or Mad Max again, and today I bring you my MK17 Clone.
Silky beat.
Range Gary, tip of the week. Make sure your car can fit 4 in the back, 2 if they're fat.
This is not a SCAR 17 review. I already did one of those. If you want to know more about the ins and outs of the SCAR 17 itself, check above. I got the original video listed there. But rather, we're going to be going over the few yet significant parts that we swapped out to make it a MK17 Clone versus a SCAR 17. Clear. Up front here, we got rid of the Concussion Machine 5000, or the Primary Weapon System Muzzle Brake, as some of you may know it. Up, we got a AAC 18-tooth miter. It is a flash hider that doubles as a suppressor mount for the SOCOM suppressors are for the SCARs. Those are quite literally unobtainium now. But this, as a flash hider, functions really well. I'll make sure I get some video in there of how well it works. The one drawback versus the brake is the brake worked well as a brake, however, it will break your eardrums. The recoil management isn't that much different to the point where you'd want to keep that on there. Plus, this looks way cooler. Right here we got a Surefire 952V. It is about as bright as 3 Yankee candles. It is an actual piece of shit, but it is IR capable, so I guess good on you, Surefire. For me, the most significant change is the Geissele Super Scar right here. I'll show it again, just so you don't get mad at me. If you're familiar at all with the Geissele SSAE, it is a 3.5 pound 2-stage trigger. This is the exact same thing, but for a SCAR. When you're installing it, make sure you follow the directions. I repeat, make sure you follow the directions. But this makes shooting this MK17 a whole nother experience. It is light, crisp. I'll show you. With a delightful reset. And like I said, 3.5 pound. Trigger, I will add in the picture of the target that I used to check the grouping in once I installed this. Huge difference. My last video, I was getting groups for like 2-ish inches at 100 meters. This with M80 ball by PPU, I was getting like 1.25 inch, and then with Gold Medal Match 168 grain, I was getting about an inch, maybe a little less. Surprisingly enough, with the Hornady AMAX, which usually do really well for me, this gun did not like it one bit. But with the boat tail hollow point rounds, or even just ball rounds, it was way more accurate than it was before. And that is all thanks to the trigger. The other major thing with the trigger is that the follow-up shots are way more easy. You gotta get the power stance going, leaning into it. Maybe I got a video of me last minute doing a couple 5-round mag dumps. But the difference is significant. Before, with the stock trigger, I was maybe getting 2 or 3 rounds out at a time before I had to reset, just because the trigger was like 7 pounds of dog shit. But yeah, if you're gonna get a SCAR, Geissele Super SCAR is a must. They're about $300, worth every penny. Up top here, we got a Nightforce NXS 2.5 to 10 by 24. Very clone correct. They aren't available anymore. I'm not going to dive too deep into this right now. I'm going to do a separate video later on it. But this is not the only optic they use. They use Vortex Razors, ACOGs, Elkans, EOTechs. Pretty much everything that's been on Block 2s, any DMR, SPR that SOCOM's ever used. But to me, this was the best for a .308 battle rifle, and it's smaller and lighter than a Vortex Razor, and it's 2.5 to 10, not 1 to 6. Only complaint is getting used to shooting with a magnified optic up close. It's a workaround, but with training you'll be just fine. Like I said, doing a separate video, so look out for that. Back here, we got some electrical tape. But yeah, no, I was going to clone a specific gun. I'll work in a picture. That had a 13-inch barrel. I'm keeping the 16-inch barrel. I don't want to have to pin this and then ruin the muzzle device. To me, that's a waste of money on this. Especially one day when I get into suppressors, I have to just buy a new barrel. Anyway, but yeah, this is pretty much there just for looks, or if something you need electrical tape, it's good for a bunch of different things. Ask Lucas from T-Rex Arms, he'll tell you. So the way it sits as a system, shooting it is just a way more pleasant experience. It's like not having your eardrums blown out with double ear pro on, being able to have some follow-up shots and actually be accurate with it. And then the scope, like you can shoot up close with it. I'll throw in some videos of me shooting up close with it. And then you can shoot at the distance. Tomorrow, I'm going to be taking it out to like 500 meters-ish, give or take. I'll cut in the video of that once I get it. But it's just way more pleasant of an experience, and went from being like, yeah, this is my favorite gun just because it's my favorite gun, to like, it is actually my favorite gun to shoot now. Shooting this is, there's no other way to explain it except it's an experience. It's accurate, powerful, and not terribly heavy, like all things considered. Like this versus shooting my Block 2, they're similar in weight, and you're shooting a 5.56 versus a 308. Yeah, that's a little bit easier to manage the recoil, but this really isn't that bad at all. So yeah, overall, this is not a Scar 17 anymore. It is a Mark 17 or a Scar Heavy, depending on which way you want to go with it. No, it's not gold or purple or blue. It is FDE. So thanks for watching, guys. If you liked it, smash that like button below. If you didn't like it, once again, go eat a dick. There's gonna be a picture of my face right here, my little thumbnail. If you haven't subscribed already, do that. I got a couple more videos here for you to check out. They're gonna be the ones that are best suited for you. And I will see you next week with a different piece of equipment or a different gun. Rock and roll.